Bugi has destroyed them mentally in the game that had no more playoff standings implications. They have been forced to ban out the Evelynn. They don't want to play with that fear.
And now 100 Thieves are daring Shopify to leave the Aurora open. It's up for play. Do 100 Thieves just snag it right here and now?
Hell yeah. Give me an Aurora. Let's go. All right. Now, who do you think? Let's take some bets. Who do you think has played the most Aurora? Is it going into Sniper's hands or Quid's hands?
I think it's Quid. Quid makes the most sense to me. I don't know what the Aurora Renekton matchup looks like, but for Shopify, they are now dancing around a lot of fun junglers that we have yet to see in the LCS this summer split.
Embrace the fun.
Yeah.
Embrace the fun here.
Dude, that would be crazy.
No, go back to the Briar. There's no way Briar is getting into a serious pro game, so we need to spend. Oh, man.
I would have been ready.
Yeah, I mean, man, even the flash over Briar, like a champion where you can't control your character anymore, there's no way that thing is getting into like a serious pro game. So this was going to be our one hope. And Briar's actually good right now for solo queue with the Blade of the Rune King rush, as long as people don't still go with, okay, 100 Thieves is having some more fun this time around. The Kayne for River. Kayne for River here. Let's see, better be a blue Kayne transformation, sir.
Have you played against Kayne recently in solo queue?
I
don't know if they're doing Rost or Shadow form.
Not too recently, but blue is always. Wait a second, Zed, lock that sucker in.
Dude, that would be crazy. Come on. Shopify are playing too much with our emotions right now. I thought that with the game 3 on the horizon that they could go for a little off meta like they did in game 2, but it looks like Shopify are going to bring forth the firepower. And if 100 Thieves want to secure the 2-1 over Shopify for pride, then it's got to be through what seems like an actual composition from Shopify.
Shopify, they can taste it. They want to finish out this series win.
Playing for pride, man. It's for Shopify, even though their season is over, they're going to give us the best looks possible. And it's always nice as we head into the offseason. You never know what could be made as moves going into 2025. Shopify counting down the last bans. Another marksman gone away from Tomo. Both the Misfortune and the Callista off the table.
Yeah. I guess we have to keep on looking towards bot. I mean, maybe like Xayah can follow up on Leona. Lillia engages. Yep, there it goes. Take that one out too. Nice snipe here from 100 Thieves. So that leaves Shopify here to go for their pick for AD carry first to try and snag it up. We've dropped so many bans into it. We're getting pretty deep into the AD carry pool. What's Bvoy gonna pull out for us? Leona pairs with quite a few things quite nicely. Oh, the Zeri is still up.
Yeah, and
of
it can
course,
still be flex between him and Insanity.
Gotta steal that away from Tomo. And it is a flex, as you mentioned, as with all the mid lane, bottom lane marksman champions nowadays. I hope it's a smear lock in. Okay, that could be a. No, they have Aurora already still.
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing Aurora support anytime soon either. So the Xayah.
What if Eyla is the only one who played any games on it?
That would have been really funny. But it's the lovers duo, Xayah and Rakan locked in for 100 Thieves. They're going to keep it standard. And into something like Shopify, who do have decent engage power, Xayah does have the self-peel with that Featherstorm to block and try and get her way out of any sticky situations that Shopify would look for. And it's Vayne! Please tell me that's Vayne mid.
Let's go, Insanity. I feel like since it's Insanity, we'll probably get something like the Vayne mid, but we've got until 20 seconds.
Hang on.
They can swap until 20 seconds are on the clock. They will keep us in suspense.
I'm actually curious if Bvoy has played a lot of Vayne in his career, because they were hovering in game 2, and I wonder since in the previous game, Insanity got to play the Aurora, Bugi got to play Evelynn. Maybe this is them saying, you know what? Have some fun, bro. Play the Vayne. 20 seconds has passed. It's Bvoy's Vayne. And I'm...
So if my search is correct here, in career for Bvoy, there's no Vayne games.
Oh my God, you're right.
If this search is to be believed, this is Bvoy's first Vayne game, taking this opportunity when Shopify...
A Vayne to top it off, whereas 100 Thieves, they've definitely dipped into a little bit of flavor of their own with the Kayne lock-in for River.
Let's see. Will he go blue or will he go red?
I mean, with the electrocute, that almost...
Well, electrocute, that's definitely blue. You go electrocute red Kayne, you are trolling.
Yeah. I've definitely seen some interesting builds where they've gone like lethality items, but they still go Rost, and so we'll see what happens.
Oh, first Vayne game.
Oh! I got some quick
first Vayne death for Bvoy.
Woo! His first Vayne game in his career. Oh boy. Well, 100 Thieves, first blood on their side, and it does go to Quid's Aurora, which is not great for Shopify, but it's awesome for 100 Thieves to get the snowball rolling. And considering that Malignance is a cheaper power spike than the other Lost Chapter items, this will be really nice.
Playing it. Oh,
come on, guys, this is beautiful.
He's already dead, literally. And as you mentioned, the Aurora now with a Dark Seal, so we'll keep track of those stacks.
Yep.
And I will encourage another Medjai's purchase in this game. Please, Quid, as soon as possible, upgrade it to a Medjai's. See if you can get some roam kills as well on the champion. Meanwhile, Insanity opting for a much more current meta pick of the Zeri mid, which has become ever so popular.
The twofold Hex has been such a nuisance for players experiencing the Aurora laning phase. You get tagged by it, and then you get an auto, and then you recast it for the second proc. Easy electrocute. And it just gets so much trade damage back. You're already getting a taste of it. This time, pairing it with the weirding. Yeah,
Quid actually looking pretty good here with just getting the correct spacing there, hitting him with the tip of that weirding, trying to get that damage in, get the extra pull back as well. You're trying to also get it through minions on the Q when you can, but the important part, tagging him for the harassment. And we get like a side view of the Kayne. I like this. Observers are still showing us the mid matchup that we were invested in, but also giving us the sneak peek on River Kayne clear down towards bottom side. Of course, he already cleared the Raptors, as you do on Kayne, since he annihilates those so quickly.
Yeah.
Q start, always try and get that camp cycling as quickly as possible. Also, always critically important Raptors in the current meta, especially when you're playing against Lillia, who loves stealing them away. And we'll see how quickly he can get into some combat, start getting some souls so he can transform. Eyla with the first gank towards mid.
Grand entrance, and it's an immediate trade of flash for Insanity, so Ayla's job has been accomplished.
And this is that was a story of two different support recall resets here, because Zeyzal went back a little bit later, but Zeyzal came out down towards bottom, holding Bugi's hand here. So jungle and support both reset and came back towards bottom, whereas Eyla went straight on mid. And I love that play from Eyla, taking the small opportunity there, while his AD carry, Tomo, had the luxury of the big old wave pushing back to them. So they get off their earlier recall. He gets to go mid lane. Nice little cooldown advantage achieved here by the 100 Thieves bottom lane, even though it does show up as advantage for mid lane yet again. All these things are starting out bottom lane, and Quid is the one that keeps reaping the benefits. He's the one that got the first blood on the invade and the kill onto Bvoy, and he's also the one that gets the flash advantage off of the winning bottom lane pushing in.
Yeah, FakeGod had an all-in window on the sniper, so he immediately popped the ghost to get some distance before FakeGod could look for a flash kill setup. It's going to be a summoner advantage for FakeGod in the top lane. And as you already pointed out, a lot of the advantages gained for Quid has been at the cost of bot lane making those moves, but Tomo and Eyla, even with pressure from Bugi showing up on the bottom side, they held the wave just fine and are going to get this crash in.
Meanwhile, Vayne a little bit far off. So that denial is going to be a real denial. That was nice. I mean, that was not a cannon wave right there. So Bvoy losing out on a few more. Does eventually get right back, though, with his recurve bow plus boots purchase. And the cull stacking for Tomo will continue. The nice little thing about them is, like, hasn't really been at a cost for the bottom lane. It's been just, like, benefits that they've been able to graciously give. We'll see if they are able to compound on this, because now we're going to have Kayne come bottom, Raafaa. Look for some souls, look for some combat perhaps.
Yep.
Thing with Kayne here is the longer you go without combat, then you get to build up some timing for those as well. So looks like it'll just be the full clear again. Doesn't want to like repeat on bottom, I guess.
Yeah.
After the death for, well, actually, the Lillia is kind of hovering around too. Maybe they come back down past that control ward. All right, isn't going to be the Lillia, but will be River. Can he get even a little bit of combat for some souls?
River lurking around on this tri-bush. He can sneak through the walls. The setup is there from Eyla first. And now the target is Bvoy. Tries to flash away. Good slow from the Blade's reach. But it's not enough to take out Bvoy.
Yummy, though. For Kayne, you're like, all right, I get some summoner spells and some little procs of souls here for myself. I will take that for an early investment. It is going to be a big cost of Void Grubs because Lillia just annihilates Void Grubs.
Yep.
So Bugi should be able to finish those up quickly, but they're trying to make it worth here on the bottom side with the extra pressure on Insanity and Zeyzal that have now slipped into the bottom side.
Engage under the tower, but because River is here, Zeyzal's going to force the flash away. The slow from the W allows the rest of 100 Thieves to walk on out. Shopify will hold their ground in this tower.
Got a honey fruit plant in the river as well, but nobody going to use that one to refill health, and actually just goes for the full reset after this try on bot. I guess no summoner spells left on Shopify's bottom lane now, but it still seems like a pretty big cost to play. Oh.
Quid going in for the all-in on Insanity and dodges the turret aggro by touching the bottom left side of the wall, so he dips on over to the top side. Already, Quid showing the understanding and a comprehension of how the champion works, especially with that ultimate. The rest of 100 Thieves trying to posture around mid now that Bvoy is here, but he's down both summoner spells, so he is a sitting target if he gets a little too close. The fact that Eyla does not have quickness means that it's a little harder to lock this Vayne down. Short range marksman, but has a lot of mobility thanks to that tumble. And now with access to the ultimate, the final hour, you get to go invisible every time you tumble.
Yes, sir, you do. Some invisibility might help out, and some of the pain that is coming his way. I foresee it getting a little bit even more difficult, as jungle advantage, at least, for Shopify. It's looking quite nice. Bugi on the Lillia, continuing to clear, continuing to counter jungle now, and Zeyzal looks like he wants to call for a jungle attempt at a kill, but there's no Kayne to be found, so Zeyzal sticking around during the counter jungling isn't going to find any more. Going for a Ksante dive would be a little bit much, but they are trading very heavily.
Sniper got really close to that Q3, so FakeGod just popping the Dominus to clear the wave and now forcing Sniper back. Pops the Ghost again. He's
nice
about
spacing.
to get sleepy. Bugi with the Eve, a swirling seed, trying to burn him down. FakeGod still has flash if he wants it, but Sniper, the danger of getting all out under the tower, and Bugi flashes in. It's a trade 1-for-1.
Nice little ultimate here from Sniper. The flash invested for Bugi, just giving you a 1-for-1 is pretty rough for him. Although, you know, there are going to be repercussions as far as the minion wave goes. Here comes a dive on the other side.
Insanity ult to try and destroy the minion wave, but it's not enough damage as the rest of 100 Thieves start to pour on in. Zeyzal marks River, preventing him from getting on top. And Insanity does manage to buy enough time that the dive is dissuaded.
Yeah, River was poking around, trying to now get a counter jungle on the blue buff back, but Bugi's going to get here. So the Lillia will arrive from respawning. Lillia also has smite, so it's a smite fight. Fair, fair.
And Bugi gets it. And Bugi's now 2 levels above River. Massive level advantage. The fact that even though Bugi made that trip to the top side, died for it, it just goes to show that he's been a lot more efficient with the farm, whereas River has been trying to play more around towards his bottom lane and getting them ahead.
We're not making a great case for more Kayne games, are we?
No, I don't think we are.
Just wait till he transforms, okay? Wait till he transforms.
Yeah.
Then you'll see.
For those who don't know how Kayne works, you want to be able to get in combat with a bunch of enemy champions, mostly range if you want to look for Shadow Form, as Quid, going under the tower, drops turret aggro, and as Eyla now commits, gets the flash out of Insanity once again, and will force him off the turret aggro.
Yeah, big CS lead on top side too. You know, we had that super long push off of the minion wave, so maybe FakeGod Renekton can again get big in this game for Shopify. He's already got the Black Cleaver, so
yeah,
already ahead of schedule with the extra pressure that they were able to apply. And Bugi's little investment over there. It's going to result in what you would presume would be all 6 Void Grubs as well. I don't think anyone from 100 Thieves will be able to steal anything away here. So Shopify setting course here for a lot of turret plate money. This is a pretty early 6 grub, assuming that they do finish them off, so they can still use the double buff to really whittle down on the rest of the turret plates. And FakeGod already trying to chunk down Sniper again. Warm him up for a possible topside play on their lane swap. We still have an untransformed Kayne sitting over here, so probably don't want that full skirmish. And just give River a little bit more time.
Yeah, and I think it's... I'm trying to figure out from the Spectate client if you can see where his transform meter is at the moment. But I'm coming up with zeros here, Kobe.
You can't see in Spectator.
That's unlucky. We'll see if there's maybe a chance for Pro View. It'd be hard to get up, but 100 Thieves still going to continue looking for whatever advantages they can. While untransformed, River on this Kayne is not the most effective, but once he does get Shadow Form, the amount of slipperiness this guy has being able to go through walls on repeat, it's such a short cooldown, the Shadow Step, and allows you to just traverse through so much terrain and get through multiple parts of the map. Is now Shopify gonna go for a dive on a Sniper. He's been able to trade at least one in the previous one, and Eyla is thinking about slow collapsing over if they overcommit. There's 4 members committed on the bottom side of the map. The rest of Shopify is playing towards the top as now River will join the fight. Rest of Shopify have not engaged the dive just yet. They're just playing for turret plates, still about a minute and a half before those plates fall off. And the rest of 100 Thieves, they're just going to slowly push Shopify away.
All right, I checked with the observers, and he is about 80% way to transforming.
Okay.
And he has been able to keep it slightly blue here with his attempts on Bvoy and Insanity, the ranged champions. FakeGod here also attempting on a ranged champ.
And he teleported in, but he cannot get back to his tower. So FakeGod is most likely dead, and there's no way out for the top laner.
All right, Sniper and Quid here should be able to push as well. Let's see if the bottom side stays up.
Eyla with the setup. It's a 2-man sleep from Bugi trying to hold the line. The Umbral Trespass from River. Decent damage, but because he's not transformed, it doesn't do that much damage yet. Insanity takes him out. Another 2-man knockup from Eyla, and they're going to be able to trade 2 kills back for Quid.
Yeah, that's very, very good trade. 400 Thieves. They win the top side, then they win the bot side. Even though they give up their tower, that tower was going down anyway. So 100 Thieves very happy to get all this money, especially into the hands of Quid on this Aurora, who had the early Dark Seal. And there we go. We got our transformation.
Wait, what? He went Red Kayne.
Yes, sir. Give him the Eclipse start as well. So even with the Electrocute, still go for it. That's team utility here. Much more tanky.
Okay.
Even though the it's more fun to play the smooth assassin. Red Kayne a bit stronger at the moment, and so here's the setup play. Although they do kill him, it is very much worth as they get the extra 2 kills here for the side of 100 Thieves. And again, the Aurora, extra stacks in the Dark Seal that has been stacking up here.
Well, with Rost, as you already mentioned, Kobe, your W does become a knockup. You have a lot of, I want to say spell vamp, or just the ability to heal through proccing your Qs and your abilities on the rest of Shopify. So River will be deceptively hard to kill And with the items that are available to bruisers like Steric's Gauge, even Black Cleaver, you need to use it to shred through armor, but no one's building armor on the side of Shopify, so I imagine it's just going to be anything that keeps River super hard to kill and deceptively easy to take down.
Look at this patient play on top side. They're actually even channeling recalls now because they were so patient, nobody came through. Insanity and Zeyzal were camping in these. Oh, Zeyzal cancels his recall. He's still here.
And Quid goes for the all-in on Insanity. Zeyzal tries to collapse, but he's got Eyla for assistance. The flash forward, the two-fold Hex gets the second proc, and he's taken out. The rest of Shopify now on the run. That's a lot of damage already coming out from Quid. The weirding combo with the two-fold Hex. Zeyzal's down to 50%.
Ah, they waited in those brush for so long, only to still lose out to the fed Aurora. 5 for Quid now. Tower will go down to Quid as well.
8 stacks on the Darksteel too, Kobe. He might be into some reading later on after this purchase. We'll see if he completes the Medjai's. Gets us even more anticipated for one-shot combos from the Aurora, who is massively snowballed now. 1v1 from Sniper and FakeGod on the bottom side of the map. Dodges the third Q on the Natofu strikes. FakeGod still has Flash and Dominus available. And nice use of the Slice and Dice. Gets the double cast. And he's out of there.
All right, let's refocus here on the mid game then. How are you going to deal with the double item Aurora already? Because her speed just goes through the roof. Now Cosmic Drive on top of the Malignance. So much speed, so much ability haste here. Just going to be constantly spamming plays. You've got Eyla on the Rakan to start your plays out, or even Aurora can just start those plays. Quid is actually coming through the flank here, through jungle, and he finds FakeGod, chunks him out, screens for the rest of the team, allows them a pathway towards the dragon, towards the objective. And they can just take the blue buff on their way out too.
That was a nice attempt from 100 Thieves trying to get that double cast with the Rift Herald as they screened it past the dying turret. Tomo's in trouble. But it looks like Bvoy cannot get in range. It does not want to burn the flash. He also knows that Tomo has his sums and Featherstorm. It'll be a fruitful attempt. Quid under fire from FakeGod, pops it between worlds, dashes back with the walls, and he's able to create enough space. Bugi is going to Q flash forward, look for the lilting lullaby. Sniper will do what he can to bail him out. We got another fight in the river as well, where it looks like Tomo is blinking on HP, but he walks back into Bugi. Eyla tries to save him with the battle dance, but Bugi does way too much damage to survive that one. The all out from FakeGod, or Sniper I should say, tries to sustain the fight again, but Shopify are now leading the charge because Bvoy has also arrived. Eyla will make it out over the wall. The flash forward for the tumble, and this Vayne is online, y'all. Quid comes back into the fight with a teleport, trying to see if he can pick up any straggler kills, but Bugi is just so damn strong! Bugi, Lillia cannot be oppressed. Shopify Rebellion pick up the ace.
In these super long fights, Bugi was stacked up, fully stacked Lillia with fully stacked Conqueror the entire time. Look how early he gets stacked up because of the 2v1 here that they go for on Quid. These two champions fighting themselves is pretty hilarious because both Lillia and Aurora have very similar passives with the move speed stacking up here. But Bugi, you see him there, he's got fully stacked Conqueror and fully stacked Lillia this whole time. And he's just bouncing around, hopping through the forest, whacking down everybody here, healing up the entire time. Fully stacked, continues the chase down through as extra person after extra person keeps on coming to try and challenge for the fight. And then Bvoy also just flashes over to make sure he can finish off Eyla. Make sure his first Vayne game is going to be a little bit more fun than we suspected from the level 1. And allowing Bugi here just so much freedom, hopping around the forest. And the Lillia now has become quite a FakeGod having a fun time. I mean, chasing Aurora is not that fun, but at least in that chase, in those efforts, even though FakeGod went down, Bugi got fully stacked up, and Bugi got to have fun.
Yep. For Shopify Rebellion, they were down in gold for a majority of the game, but this is the first time where they are starting to squeak ahead, make that wall of diff really count. 100 Thieves, a lot of their gold was on Quid, who dropped the shutdown. Once he teleported back in, they thought that they would have that advantage, but Shopify being able to outplay them in the skirmish. And now they're setting up for Baron, which will be spawning in the next 20 seconds. Air Drake is still alive for the taking, but 100 Thieves showing no interest so far, just bullying Shopify off the mid wave before they can look to reassess what objectives they want to play for.
And FakeGod with his teleport does mean Shopify have an easier time of playing the map here. 100 Thieves down the extra global here with no teleports are going to get their full reset off as the Dragon's coming up. Snipers has a few more seconds to come off a cooldown, so you are an interesting choice where it looks about like 30 seconds for Sniper's teleport, depending on how much Shopify actually want to force going towards the objective. It looks like they do not want to force, and with the amount of 100 Thieves wards through that blue quadrant of the jungle, they know this, so they're actually content here to just wait for that cooldown on the teleport from Sniper. They know that Shopify aren't like pressing that discrepancy at all. There's no numbers disadvantage fight coming their way, so they can just go push the mid wave and then easily retreat into their Dragon.
And River is starting that one up. Wait, is this the first Dragon of the game again? It's so late. I think in the second game we had our latest Dragon of the game start, but we'll have to get confirmation from Prod.
Yeah, that game was the latest Dragon in this split of the LCS.
Yeah.
The latest Dragon was taken.
And I think this is the new record too, because we're 21 minutes into the game.
Gotta go for kills, Raafaa. We're on stage playing for kills.
Want the bloodbath. Oh, and so Prod is confirming not only this new first Dragon is the latest, not just from this split, but the entire year. As you said, Kobe, they want blood between both teams. No time for Dragons that take too long to... Solar Flare making for the engage, but the Between Worlds right under the tower is getting a lot of damage done. Bugi does go golden, trying to stall for time. FakeGod with the Serix Cage is living and sustaining through it all, but the turnaround from Sniper and River is massive. But now Sniper is isolated since the rest of the team went running for the hills, and Insanity doesn't even go down.
All right, what can they get after this? Tower for sure here. Mid lane tower. They already have some wards around Baron, but everybody's so trunked, they're definitely going to have to reset. About the death timers too, that was an investment of teleport from Sniper, so they won't have the split possibility there. Honestly, getting kind of scary now that Shopify's AD carries are both really getting that extra money. Let's take a look at how it started out though, because the Solar Flare was good. Oh, the Solar Flare stunned as Quid was going in with the ultimate. So Quid got stunned, but the ultimate still took him in under tower. And so they are able to just burst down the Aurora. The Aurora got to pull off zero trickiness in that tower dive. That was a really good Solar Flare from Zeyzal, grabbing both of them. And Aurora still traveled right under the tower. And then so even after ult went off, basically didn't get to do anything in the rest of that fight. And it was a big Shopify dub there. As far as the attempt on the tower dive. Really nice punish from Shopify, and they're the ones, okay, never mind.
Wait, Zeyzal could be picked off here. Super tanky on the Leona, but he's already lost more than 75% of his HP. The grand entrance from Eyla locks him down, and Quid pops the Between Worlds, looking for more damage onto Bugi, but he is scattered off. Bvoy flashing in, gets the kill. Tumble for the invisibility, but he's locked in by Eyla. Tomo picks it up. Here comes Sniper for the refight. The all-out brings FakeGod over the wall, but the rest of 100 Thieves could not follow up the play. I think they gotta run. Tomo trying to cut this one out. Q flash sleep from Bugi. Good night, Eyla. Tomo's next. The blade call. It's a lot of damage, and River's able to clean one up. But I don't think he's gonna get out for long. The shadow step will allow him to get over the wall, but FakeGod with the flash, double slice and dice, locks down the jungler, and that's a full ace for Shopify.
That is a Lillia with a 3-level lead over the Kayne, and Bugi is making the enemy team feel that advantage. Let's see about the Baron timer. Let's see, Quid and Eyla. Quid and Eyla coming from base. Do you believe in a Rakan plus Aurora stop to this Baron, Raafaa?
You know what? Why not?
Their Vayne is also coming a little bit later. The damage is not high on this Baron. This damage is definitely very low.
Maybe not be a Baron take, but the Solar Flare right on top of Eyla pushes him out of the river, but the Baron does reset.
Oh,
here comes Between the Worlds. How much can Quid get done? He's trying to bounce between the walls, but the Spirit Realm goes bye-bye, and Shopify send Quid back to the fountain. And the Baron at least is stopped for now, since the rest of 100 Thieves are back on the map.
Yeah, that was some decent burst damage, but he couldn't take down FakeGod, so Quid, and in the end, gets taken out, and it will be just the stop to the Baron, but it's still going to be a push here out as we reset. I mean, this pivotal game in our series that was kind of decided as far as the stakes go in game number 1 of the series. This one, it looks like it's going back the other way now, but started out with a nice little pick there onto Zeyzal. So much damage. River actually got a good knockup with the W from Kayne over the wall into the Xayah combination. Then Quid tried to follow up on the ultimate, but Bvoy full sent with the two procs there already on him, flashed for the last one. And the little section off from Sniper just separates yourself, and that actually is kind of bad for them since Insanity is on Zeri and you get the full chase. Very hard to get away from a team fight in the aftermath if you're playing against a Lillia and a Zeri. 2 champions extremely good at chasing after the skirmish has already been won. So let's take a look at Shopify's reset attempt here. Yeah. River's still definitely heavily down here in the jungle matchup. But Tomo's doing quite well for himself on the Xayah from the side of 100 Thieves. And that's definitely something they have come to rely on. So Tomo carry potential here on the Xayah. Level 15, double summoner spells available, 3 item power spike. Protect the Xayah, I would say.
We're going to see Shopify have cut off 100 Thieves deep in their jungle between worlds on Quid. Tries to look for the kill on the Bvoy, and they get it. Bugi trying to buy time with this stasis as Tomo is dancing on the right side of the fight. Good flash blade caller! Tomo pulls it over. Insanity! What a massive outplay. Wait a minute, Kobe, 100 Thieves! They just took out 4 members. This could be the end of the game.
Tomo, that was pretty clean. I mean, we were setting it up like, ooh, Tomo's got the potential here. He's 3 out of power spike, double summons, but that was even more than I was looking for. And 100 Thieves, they will win the game. That was an advantage of about 2,500 gold pre-team fight, but 100 Thieves just wiped the floor with Shopify in that one.
And Zeyzal's going to give his life to defend and buy as much time as they can. But for 100 Thieves, a valiant attempt from Shopify. They gave one last good look for the fans at home before the end of their summer split. But 100 Thieves, their season continues as they ramp up for playoffs.
And we got a Kayne win.
100% win rate on Kayne in LCS the summer split.
Also, Aurora is still undefeated in the LCS.
That's probably the more important stat.
Aurora undefeated in the LCS. 100 Thieves. Quite happy with this one.
It's a good way for the Thieves to end the summer regular season. I don't know what the implications are like for tiebreakers going in for tomorrow, but for them at least, playoffs is secured. That relief is there for them. And for Shopify, I have to say, we talked about at the top of the day, Kobe, where both of these teams are coming in much stronger than what their split record resembled. It is a shame that this is how Shopify Rebellion go down, but that's sometimes how the games go for when